Nothing to see here. That's what Warren Buffett is telling investors about Berkshire Hathaway's $81.4 billion in net earnings for 2019. That's because a 2018 change to the generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP as they are known, require companies to account for short-term swings of their equity investments in their quarterly annual earnings. And of course, Berkshire Hathaway has a lot of equity investments. It reported $53.7 billion in unrealized gains on its equity investments in 2019. He says, Andy, that this is not so important. I mean, I would argue the most important number is the cash number.
Right.
Because if he's not doing anything with that, it's not doing anything for shareholders, right?
And he's not doing enough, say some shareholders. I mean, he did about $2 billion of buybacks. I think it was on a $128 billion basis. So, that's de minimis. And, I think this GAAP change, though, it's sort of, the regulators wanted more transparency. And I guess Buffett's arguing that's more transparency that's needed and it can be misleading. And so, I sort of see both points. That you can get all excited by something that is, again, this is a theme with Buffett, has a more of a short-term orientation than a long-term orientation.
Okay, so we all pay attention to Warren Buffett, and I apologize for bringing politics into this, but I got to ask you. He said this morning on CNBC, he would be comfortable voting for Mike Bloomberg to become the next president. He does not want to vote for Bernie Sanders. Do his followers, do his investors take that with a grain of salt? Do they care that he says this?
Yeah, sure, but I don't think those two comments would surprise anyone in the least. I mean, I think that, and he also said, by the way, that he would, unequivocally, he would not buy Mike Bloomberg's business if it was for sale, if Mike became president. So I think the real question is that if Bernie is the nominee, would Buffett vote for him? I don't think he was going to vote for Trump. Would he just, so you always have three choices. A, B, or stay home. So would he vote for Bernie or stay home? And I guess that extends to his posse as well.
What I found more surprising than him saying he would vote for Bloomberg is that he agrees with Bernie Sanders on some points. That surprised me.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of Democrats would say that. I mean, I think Democrats and maybe even Republicans alike would suggest that what Bernie Sanders says about working people not getting a fair shot in this country resonates with a lot of people. It's what you do to solve that problem is where people differ.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.